So what is the big picture when we're looking at lean operations? Well, let's get into it. So we have some competitive advantages of lean operations here. So we have the lean principle and how lean improves competitiveness. Well, the first lean principle, above all, is the customer rules. Stay up to date with the customer's changing tastes and demand patterns. This goes back to knowing your customer, knowing what they want. Next is low inventory. Don't have a huge amount of inventory tying up assets. Assets being money, warehouse space, all of that. You don't want to have that. And especially if your market changes. Like, for example, if your product is no longer the hot product that everybody wants, well, if you have a low inventory, you can probably sell off what you have left. If you have a high inventory, you're probably going to be stuck with some leftover inventory. And then you have to go through liquidation or some other means to get rid of it. The next one, the next lean principle is zero waste. So we have to efficiently use our resources because that's going to lower the prices for the customer. It's going to add value for our customer. That's going to be higher margins for our company, and it's going to improve quality of the product or service. And we always want to be moving towards continuous improvement. We always want to get better and adapt to external demands and use employee insights. Who is the better one to determine if something could possibly be improved? Somebody sitting behind a desk in management, or the employee that's sitting there doing it day in and day out? They probably already have thought of 3 or 4 ways to maybe make the process better, but because of how the company's system is, they continue to do it the way the company wants it and just haven't said anything yet. And finally, respect for all employees. If you create that positive work environment, the employees are going to stay with the company longer. And that's going to show through to the customers. So you want to respect your employees. Make sure they feel like they're valued. So if you can do these, your company is going to be much more competitive. So why don't we take a look at the Toyota production system here? So they start off with step number 1. Look through the eyes of the customer. Have you noticed a pattern yet that we're always putting the customer first? So we need to understand the product's value proposition as the end customer sees it. So for Toyota, the end customer would be the one purchasing the vehicle, right? So if the customer doesn't care about a certain aspect of the vehicle, well, maybe Toyota in general shouldn't care about that. Maybe. But if the customer really cares about how comfortable the driver's seat is, Toyota right here is valuing that. So they're going to try to make that driver's seat comfortable. Next, in step 2, they eliminate process waste. They have to identify and evaluate all processes in the supply chain for each product. Well, that's a lot of processes. So we have to look at everything from how do we contact our supplier to how do we give it over to our customer within our internal and external customers. If we do that, we can figure out there's probably some wasted effort somewhere. Like, for example, making a phone call to your supplier. Well, what if you call your supplier and they don't answer the phone? Isn't that wasted time? Wasted effort? What if there was a system where you can just click a few buttons and your order goes straight to your supplier? Wouldn't that be eliminate that process waste? That's just one example. And there's probably a lot more out there that we could identify. So step 3 is eliminating wasted time and space. So we need to eliminate wasted time and space between the value-added processes to improve the flow to the customer. For example, if you have products that get offloaded from a delivery truck, do they need to sit in the warehouse for a day or two before they get to where they need to go? No. That's taking up space in your warehouse and it's wasting time. So maybe there could be a process change where it comes off the delivery truck it says, oh, it needs to go to manufacturing line 3, and off it goes to manufacturing line 3. Could be something simple like that. And now it's ready for use where it needs to be. So that's where just-in-time inventory can come in handy. Because just as they need the product, it's arriving. So there's no downtime, there's no excess inventory. It's perfect. In step 4, we redo the process. We repeat. So we need to keep striving for a state of perfection. And then sooner or later, we're going to realize that we have no more waste. But that doesn't mean we stop going through this cycle, because there's always something that can be improved. So that is lean, the big picture of lean. So let's go ahead and dive into the lean journey, which is our next video.